The Urban Co-op is set up nearly 10 years. It was set up in 2013. It was set up at the time as a result of Dell leaving Limerick. And there was a thinking at the time to look at other economic models for generating the economy. The form that it took was a food club. And because it's erring towards organic and good quality foods, it naturally attracted people who were interested in wellness. And from that, it has grown and evolved to being a community wellness hub as well as a community grocery.
There's two strands to the Urban Co-op in its name, the Urban Co-op and the Wellness Hub. So we have yoga and Pilates, reflexology, counselling, physiotherapy, we have hypnobirthing, ukulele, taekwondo, tai chi, talks for mental health, creative art therapy. The sky's the limit and what happens here.
It's not just a food co-op, it is a place and a hub where you can avail of a range of therapies. So you have not just the physical well-being here, you now have the mental well-being, and you know, it's fantastic.
What we're trying to do at the Urban Co-op is trying to create a model that is alternative, but actually another normal. It's so important to sustain our local producers, give them a really good price that values their produce in a time where our food security is being challenged. And if we don't mind our local producers, if there's any problems with supply lines, we won't have food for ourselves. So what we're trying to do with the Urban Co-op is trying to reconnect people back to where their supply of food and where their resources are coming from and putting a value on them.
We've been delivering here for 2 years, and just to have a local store that supports local producers is really important.
There's so many aspects to this, but in a way, it's about making shopping and accessing your own food for survival in an easier and more sustainable way.
I trust the suppliers here for the food they bring in, that there's no additives, there's no preservatives, no weed killers, no all of that I would have consumed for years. So for me, it has changed my life the last 10 years, and I hope it keeps on growing.
So on an individual basis, like when people are changing to eating this way, they find that the food tastes far more delicious because it's nutrient dense. And we know ourselves, we see cases of recovery, we see people who've come in here who start to become conscious consumers, and they change the way they're eating, they're removing ultra-processed foods, coming back to real foods, and they find that their health recovers. And then once their health recovers, it just inspires them to do wonderful things.
I hope it is a legacy I can pass on, that I was a part of this for my own children and my grandchildren, that in years to come they will appreciate the values of the food and of the benefits they will get from the food and from changing their lifestyle.
We're learning very much how to do this, how to be a sustainable food system, and the fact that it has wellness attached to it is a model that works and it actually meets the needs of the community.
It is helping others, but while you're helping others, you're also helping yourself. And with each person that comes in, we are learning all the time.
19 people came together to set up the buying club originally, and now we have over 2,600 members who have signed up to support the Urban Co-op as a social enterprise.
And everybody that's a member, a part of the Urban Co-op, have the same values when it comes to food and well-being, and how they would like to look after themselves and care for themselves, and it's people-driven. That's what I like about it.
We have well over, I think, 350 suppliers at the moment, and then we have a few distributors as well, and we have 8 staff at the moment, 5 full-time, 3 part-time, and we have quite a few volunteers as well.
Customers come in and see us helping and giving jobs to people who may find it very hard to get work experience and volunteer programs, and they go, I could do that. So it is a wonderful, wonderful atmosphere.
And this is the 3rd premises that we're in. So we've grown from a very small enterprise to a 7-day operation.
There's classes running 7 days a week and courses. The one big benefit of it is, and all the therapists and people who use the room will say, is it empowers and enables them to start their business, because you rent it by the hour. and there's none of this lease for 6 months, a year, rates, charges, electricity. You rent the room on an hourly basis, and with that you get advertising. So what the therapists have said to us is it has allowed me to concentrate on my business and concentrate on my clients. They absolutely love it.
It is absolutely filling a need, the amount of people that come through the door and are amazed of what they can find here. The appreciation you hear it back from customers and people that avail of the wellness, they wouldn't know what to do without the co-op.
Our ultimate vision for here is, number one, that this becomes community owned. But number two is that other communities take this vision and replicate it in their own way, in their own communities, and inspire the local producers to feed the local community. That is something that we love to witness here, and it's a pleasure to work in this environment, and it has certainly motivated us to keep going and understand why this enterprise is so important.